Okay, GL705 here, and this is a how to make a nighttime time-lapse tutorial. So yeah, let's just get into it. And this isn't, because as you hopefully know, you can't take a video and have the stars show up. It would just be dark, because that's what I did for the other ones like that, like what you're seeing now of the clouds. You just have the camera recording for a long period of time and then speed it up in post. You cannot do that with the nighttime sky, because if you record, then it'll just be pitch black. So you have to take an image or a picture every amount of seconds, and you add those together to create this. Okay, and now I know it's not a beautiful landscape. I had to do it outside of my window of my house, and what I used. But yeah, so this is pretty much the setup you're seeing right now. It's actually the window I'm looking at right now, and I had it connected. You have to have your camera. Make sure it's on a tripod. Make sure it's in an area where there's not going to be any light for that whole entire time. And mine, I think, lasted like 3 hours, three and a half something hours. I think I had like 800 pictures in that 36 second clip. But so yeah, okay. So yeah, you connect your camera to your computer, and you have to download this software. Or no, you can't download it. Sorry, it actually comes with your camera, called EOS Utility. And this software makes it so you can control your camera from your computer without having to sit there and take a picture every single so seconds. It does it for you. And if you for some reason lost the CD or threw it out, or think you didn't need it and you didn't use the software, and now you're like, oh darn it, why don't I have it? And they actually do not have it on the Canon site. All they have is this, which is just an updater, as you're seeing right now. But you can check the description. Don't worry, I got you. For this guy, this awesome guy, found it somehow, about how to trick your computer into thinking you already have the software, so it downloads the updater, which is actually the whole software, because they have the software hidden in the updater. You just have to make your computer think that you have the software already. But yeah, he'll explain it all. Go in the description if you need that software. If you don't, let's go. So, the next thing you want to do is set your camera to continuous mode, as you can see me doing right now. And also make sure it is on bulb, which is, you take the shutter speed adjuster thing, which I can't really explain it. It's on the top of your camera, or mine is at least, and you move it all the way over to the longest time your shutter can be open. And for its bulb, and bulb is you hold down the shutter, and you hold it open, and you hold it open. It's not on a timer, like you can set it to 30 seconds, 25, blah blah blah, so and so, but you hold it down for as long as you need. But putting it on bulb is making it so the computer can control that. So once you have installed EOS Utility onto your computer, you can go in, and after you've done the continuous and setting on manual and bulb, you can go in and click on this little timer icon. I can't really show it because I don't have it on the Mac side of my computer. It's on the Windows. For some reason, I don't know why I did that, but it's on the, like, in the very middle on the right. It looks like a timer, just like on your camera, the timer thing, when you switch it to continuous mode. And you click that, and it gives you all these settings, like how many pictures you want to take, how long you want to have the shutter open for, and the reason you can do that, like if you don't switch it to bulb, that is not an option for you, so that's why you need to switch it to bulb. And also how often you want to take the picture. So what I set mine for, because there's lights outside, and I'm not like in an awesome area like mountains and stuff, as you saw from the video. It's a rooftop, and as you also saw as you're watching right now, there are lights. Like, you can tell that there are lights on the chimney, and you can tell that it's kind of light in the background, and that is because I am in like a city area. And also there's the street lights, and lights from my house. This was like 11 until like 2 in the morning or 3, and I cannot control in the very beginning the lights in my house, or the street lights for that matter. But anyway, so what I set mine was the ISO was 800, aperture was 4.5, the exposure was 7 seconds, and again, that's because if you were out like in the middle of nowhere with your laptop and you were doing this, you'd probably have the exposure for longer, and I had mine every 10 seconds. And also, if you had the exposure for longer, you'd have to have how long each individual time period between photos would be. Like, if you had it for 40 seconds, which is a lot, you'd probably have it for 20. If you had it for 20 seconds, you'd probably want to set it to 25 or 1 second after 21. But also, there's a setting which is super important at the very bottom, saying how many photos you want to take altogether. And I think I set it for 1600, but my camera battery died or something weird happened because I wasn't up here. I went downstairs and slept downstairs because I didn't want to mess with it. And there is an annoying clicking just for the shutter being released and closed every 7 seconds or more than that. So that's why I slept downstairs. So just in case if you're wanting to sleep and then all of a sudden you start clicking and it's annoying. But yeah, so mine only got through I think like 850. So it would have been longer if my camera or if whatever happened didn't happen. But yeah, so just set it to that. So now that you have all of your pictures, you're like, this is so cool. Now what do I do with it? I'm going to show you. We are going to go into After Effects and make this an MP4 or QuickTime or whatever you want. You can set it in there or into a video. So let's go. Okay, well, what you're going to want to do first is go into After Effects. Go to the After Effects icon up here, Preferences, and Import. And what you're going to want to do is just make this 24 frames or whatever you want, 30, 23.976, 60, I don't know, you probably want to do 60. But I just made 24, so press OK. So now you're going to want to go into the project, double click, and you are going to want to find where all of your photos are, because you save them to the computer in the EOS Utility. And I'm just going to go to all footage files, no, all JPEG, sorry. Just so because these are all, this right here is a Canon RAW file, and most softwares don't use those, and it would be like the biggest freaking file ever created if this works. Okay, so it's going to see this, and it's going to, after I select all these, and it's going to be like, hey, wait a second, this looks just like a JPEG sequence. So you're going to you want to click the check mark on that. So you click check mark on the JPEG sequence after you've selected all of your photos, and press open. And it might take a little while, guess not. And it has created a JPEG sequence from image 49 to 903. So you're going to want to create a new comp with this, drag it in there, and voila, here you have your, or my 36-second one. Yours is probably different. If you want to add any color correction, it's fine. Color correction, let's do, change the color. We're gonna make it that, I don't know, whatever, doesn't really matter. You can do everything you can with a normal video. It's a normal video now. It's just kind of slow because the files, each image is so big and there's so many of them, in my case like almost 900 of them. But yeah, export it. Well, you hopefully know how to do this, just in case you go to Composition, Add to Render Queue, Lossless. You don't want that, you don't want QuickTime because that takes up way too much space. So go H.264, I don't know what this is. That's fine, just go to OK. Best, and save it where you want. And then, I already exported this, so I'm not going to do that. My computer is freezing up. But yeah, so you save it where you want, and click render, and to make it so it doesn't take as long, press the caps lock so it doesn't have to render each frame while you're rendering. That's just an overall tip for rendering. If you're ever rendering, click caps lock. There's so many tongue twisters in these last sentences that I've been saying. She sells seashells by the seashore. Okay, anyway, that is how you do that. Let's go back to me not on the computer. Okay, well, thank you so much for watching. This was just a video made because I really wanted to do this, and I'm going to be doing this a bunch more. This weekend I'm going up north, and I'm going to be doing some awesome things. Like, sometimes you can actually see the northern lights, or the aurora borealis, I think I'm pronouncing it right. And hopefully I get that. That would be like the most amazing thing ever. Usually it only happens in the summer, so probably not. But yeah, I'm going up there, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do it whenever I can. There's also a software, I forget what it is called, and you can download it onto your memory card, and you don't have to have this software, and it does it for you in your camera, so you don't have to have a computer right there. I might make another video on that later. But yeah, so this was just like a combination. Finding out all this data took me like 2 days, I think. And a bunch of different YouTube videos, which were all super helpful. I'm not saying that none of them weren't helpful, but I'm just trying to combine all of them into one video so you don't have to go searching like I did, and you can just go and get your awesome time lapses done. So yeah, thank you so much. Don't forget to subscribe. Videos every Wednesday. Check the description for my Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. I try to post things every day. Sometimes it doesn't happen, but I try to. Check back next week. And I'm going to leave you with some awesome nighttime pictures I took, just stills, not time lapses, that I took over the summer up north. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and see you next time.